Hey everybody, this is going to be a surprise reading. So clearing. I haven't been doing Sunday readings, but I'm going to do a pick-a-pile. And I've never focused on figuring out how to edit, so you just get the real me. And it's fun. I like it that way actually, or I'd change it. So what I'm going to do here is hold up 3 piles. I've pre-shuffled like a couple of cards here. I haven't looked at them yet. This is pile 1, so have a look at that one. This is pile 2. This is pile 3. So just have a look at the energies, feel into them. So again, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. I'm going to pull a connection spread for each of the piles. And yeah, so go ahead, pause the video if you want. 1, 2, 3, whichever one you're feeling a connection with. And then I'm going to put timestamps below. So here we go. So I'm going to put pile 1 over there, pile 2, and pile 3. All right, so here we go. I'm going to write down the timestamps. 1, 2, 3 for pile 1. All right, so what do we have? For pile 1, we have security and emergence. Okay, so the frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. So this is really the approach to unconditional love, security, being in the moment, being like a child, having that wonder, the safety. So pile 1, you've really healed the inner child wounding. You have really come into safety and grounding. This can be root chakra, but look at how this magenta and lavender is like the crown coming in, and the blue in the center I'm being shown is about communicating, coming from that place of appropriate communication where you're no longer taking things personally, and therefore you're coming into personal security, empowerment, that beautiful energy. Okay, so for pile 1, I'm now going to shuffle these starseed cards and get a connection spread. For my beautiful pile 1 viewers, what is it we can see regarding my viewer and their twin? What is the connective energy? How are they each showing up? We'll pull some clarifiers on what might be going on in each life. What is the bigger puzzle being worked on at this time? Okay, so for you, my viewer, we have progress. Wow, this is like life review for you, because on my table, it's actually looking to the past. This is Metatron's seal. This is looking at the lessons from the past in order to come into this higher understanding. So you've really found progress in your own right. You've aligned with a higher understanding. It's beautiful. Oh wow. And here is divine feminine with teamwork in the physical. This is the 3D. So you are embodying. This is an incredible reading for my on fire embodied divine feminines that are truly channeling the divine creation into the world. Wow, I just heard pregnancy for 1. So if you picked pile 1, you may have a pregnancy going on with your divine masculine, possibly with a karmic partner. So just trust that regardless of the situation, you are protected by the angelics. The Trinity card is mind, body, and soul, and really step through the fire, step into the soul knowing for that blessed one. Wow, I'm also being told for spirit babies and the babies that are going to be coming to this connection, all in divine plan. It's going to be laid out in front. So I don't usually get a lot of messages for future children, but how exciting. So if you've been wondering if you'll ever have a child with your divine masculine, there is a high likelihood those watching this reading are going to have children, biological children. Oh wow, we got counterparts. So we have divine masculine here with the 10 of Cups. Wow, so what mirroring? Feminine, you've come into this incredible progress and empowerment, and your masculine is seeing you as beautifully aligned on that level. I'm just going to hold up the counterparts here. Divine masculines are really going for their happiness in this group, and that teamwork, the Trinity, is masculine, feminine, and the divine working together in the 3D. So this pile is a huge confirmation that you have worked the puzzle, you've figured it out, you are doing that in your connection so that the higher focus can be brought in. Wow. And this is the truth. This is the timing, the tact, the grace. This is the energetic and the 3D communication. I'm being totally taken here with the spiritual counterparts and not a lot of cups. I mean, the divine masculine has the 10 of cups here, but the main challenge isn't the love here, it's the communication. So for pile 1, there is this sense of, didn't I say throat chakra here? So there is a new growing level of advancement I'm hearing that has to do with dialing in your communication in ways that will progress. So this is okay, awesome. I'm going to pull some cards to see how we can support communication in your dynamic, actually. So for the divine masculine in this pile 1, what is the cutting edge theme? Time to let go. Okay, in the reverse, the masculine in this connection obviously has been a runner. Instead of letting go and running, this masculine is developing the staying power, is understanding that you definitely mean the world to them. You represent the unconditional love. There's safety here. You are in an appropriate energy, and he doesn't have to run anymore, or they don't. Take gender how it resonates. So let's see next for you divine feminine watching. I'm assuming it's a divine feminine watching, but it could be also one or the other, so take that how it resonates. But I did say for the divine masculine, what is the divine feminine in this connection meant to, what frequency is the divine feminine meant to hold regarding the masculine that will support that staying power? Okay, we get to flower of feeling, compassion, emotional awakening, and forgiveness. So now is the time to completely unconditionally forgive the past with this masculine. Really look to those lessons of the past. Understand through compassion that everything happened the way it needed to support both of you in your total healing and progress. And come into your own feelings, your own connection on a new level. And be realistic that anytime it triggered you, it was because it was like in your face that you had something to heal. And so as hard as that is when our masculine takes space, it's because we've got work to do. And so the resistance is being dropped. The emotional awakening is happening for you, feminine, so that you can have compassion of self and other and just drop into the safety of this connection. Yeah, it's just this peace. There is no chasing. There is no recoil of energy at this point. It's just a deep knowing I'm feeling. And the other energy you can be in is joy, playfulness, and pleasure. Communicating freely from your truth without screening it, without being too self-conscious or feeling like you're going to make a mistake. You've developed a foundation. There's an emerging energy here that can affirm where you've come to as in relationship to each other, and it's now time to just sort of unfold into the relaxed portion of this. There's been a grounding happening. Okay. Even if it's not in the physical yet, practice feeling that in the energetic layers. And for the feminine in this connection, what is it that we can see regarding this communication energetically and in the physical? Okay, wasp spirit. Sometimes life stings. Whoa. Okay, so there could be something that you have been feeling isn't fair that's causing you to get right into pushing your comfort zone, pushing your boundaries here. And it could also be for a select few really calling a spade if something has not been appropriate, asking in appropriate ways for understanding rather than judgment. There needs to be some sort of a connective motion here that will allow for truth and clarity to arise. There's a brave energy here. So you could be feeling in pile 1 that you need to reach out because you've come to a new level of understanding. So have a telepathic conversation if you're not in connection. If you are in communication with your masculine, really understand how to communicate in a way that alleviates some of that sting to communication. If you've already been working out and healing some of these past energies, really just let water be under the bridge and chalk it up to learning and chalk it up to both of you coming into understanding this dynamic. Okay, so for the masculines watching in this energy, what can you hold your feminine in? What energy can you hold your feminine in about this? Sometimes life stings. We get rescued reflections, divination, intuition, inner vision. Yeah, so you're seeing, not that you deserve it when the feminine, I'm hearing lashes out, which is a very harsh, unexpected energy for divine feminine and masculines. But when there is an apparent, I'm hearing aggressive or dominating energy from the feminine, a definite energy. Like these are really extreme. Like, okay, we are talking about in the past masculine when you've run from this connection, when you felt like there has been a very assertive or definite opinion or something that your feminine has really impressed upon you. Really take a look at what you could be putting out there, that's the reflection being mirrored back to you. So that staying power, your refusal to run and not just let go this time and just actually have that staying power is your personal accountability. So even if things have been putting you out of your comfort zone, this is really saying that you have figured out the secret to happiness is the safety in this connection and being able to trust that you are the match for this feminine. So how beautiful. I mean, I hope that seems so masterful, people in pile 1, that you seem to have it figured out already, but I hope that blessed you. Okay, timestamp 13:03 for pile 2. Okay, pile 2. We are getting openness, thriving, and patience. Yeah, so really this is a time of expansion, pile 2, where you're both coming into the come what may, the complete settling the nerves, tempering the uncertainty, really just observing what is and totally having the space through non-attachment to just be present to the connection. It's a time to thrive in your own right, pile 2. So whether you're masculine or feminine here, look at this moon. Always remember this openness. There is this feminine and the sun beaming there behind the tree. That is the balance of the masculine and feminine. But right now there are still some subconscious things that are taking higher priority over the obvious energies at this time. There's this subtle becoming under the surface that I'm feeling for you, pile 2, and a very attunement to the subtle energies, the patience. Look at that. Oh, there's the sun behind this stork. So sun and moon and sun and moon. The sun is hidden in both of these depictions, though. It's behind the appearance of what's going on in this connection is what I'm hearing. So time to use the intuition and really go to the divine for discernment of what's happening in your connection. There are gems of wisdom to be illuminated here. Next we have the throat chakra, Gaia, and divine masculine in the reverse. So this is a divine masculine becoming energy. This is both the integration within the divine feminine and divine masculine, trying on the divine masculine shoes. So this says, supports our strong, focused, and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. This is in the reverse, so I'm feeling a bit of a clumsy energy for the divine masculine aspect in this connection. Like the divine masculine might be just going for it, but a little bit out of their comfort zone and not really sure, the shoes are too big kind of thing, but really catching stride, at least understanding independence. There's a little bit of a speed wobble here. Maybe masculine in this connection, you're getting ahead of yourself and possibly a little manic, like really going for it. And so masculine in this connection, if you are feeling a bit ungrounded, check yourself and calm down a little bit. You don't have to do everything at once. Things will burn out. You will burn out if you're at that kind of a pace. But this is finding the happy medium between you desiring your freedom, desiring your expression with the throat chakra here. Look at all this blue. It's profoundly time for the masculine in this connection to come into their own, to really show the world what they're thinking, who they are, preferences, style, essence. And I'm really feeling that there's a lot of opportunity for this masculine to dial in communication, talk to a ton of people, experience different connections, have that mirroring aspect. This masculine is really also, with this card in the reverse, trying out different energies to see what responses, what mental, emotional, and physical responses are gained in relation to a whole bunch of different energies. So this masculine may have just stepped into some sort of a freedom. Then we have the throat chakra. The blue flower of life supports our expression and our sense of peace and balance. So masculines, even though there's this kind of speed wobble energy, your higher self is really asking you to come into peace and balance. And so anywhere for this masculine that feels a little manic, again, I'm going to say it, really pay attention to that and understand that you're truly seeking peace and calm and zen in your life, and that anything that's overly charged, overly emotional is probably like a rebound. It's probably like an intense yo-yo to temper you further. So feminines in this connection, don't worry if your masculine seems like they're going a little bit out there right now. They're just trying to find their middle way. This is a necessary part of the journey for individuals to come into their own. So feminines in this connection, you might also be feeling like you want to do something radical. You're having unconventional thoughts, mirroring energy at a distance. You might be desiring to have experience with other sexual partners. You might want to feel like you're stepping out of your particular social group, or wanting to meet new people, wanting to put yourself out there, wanting to venture out of your known occupation, or see what other employment is out there, or go back to school, or something like that. There's an action taking, a risk taking energy here that's shifting up this connection. It's being brought back to this openness, like nothing's set in stone in this connection. It's a time of exploration, and that's patient, because to authentically, for both of these two, to authentically come into the grounding and surety needed to actually have full-on union, there is still a period of really getting to know yourselves. And then Gaia. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our great mother and the universe that birthed us all. Child of the universe. So this is really the safety. Like, yes, it might feel like a little bit far out there right now with these extreme expressions of diving into what the masculine and feminine are in essence, the polarities. It could feel like you're further from your twin than ever, but at the same time, if you calm yourself, you are so infinitely connected, this card is saying, to one another. Just like your great mother, you're both on the planet Earth and you met your twin in this life. How extraordinary, you know? So just take it in stride. All right, so let's pull a connection energy for pile 2 and see. I'm really enjoying this. Let me know how you guys like this style. I might do this a little more frequently. Okay, let's see what we have for pile 2. What is the connection doing between these twins at this time? How are each showing up? What is the puzzle they're working on? Pile 2. Okay, so the feminine in this has the Knight of Cups in the reverse. So I'm hearing you were hoping that your masculine would offer you more love, and they seem to be focusing elsewhere. So big nudge. Love yourself right now. You've got this. You know the drill. You have been in this cycle before. You're getting really good at the self-love, and what you do for self, you do for twin. But there are some things that you have needed to bring back into your own loving balance and really pay attention to your own energy levels. So for these feminines, I really feel like if you're tired, if you're feeling drained a little bit, it's time to pay attention to that, because that means you've been putting too much towards your masculine, too many concerns about what your masculine is up to possibly. Or you could be just feeling a cooling of the connection while your masculine comes into their own and being protected. So you're being nudged by the angels, by your guidance team, to focus on you. I'm hearing for some there might be some weird health issues that are coming up. If you're really pushing the focus on your masculine, you might be actually in for a little bit of downtime that's imposed by the universe. So don't get scared if there's something coming up like that. Just really pay attention that you're supposed to be focusing on your thing. The connection here, 7 of Swords. So this is strategy. 7 of Swords in the reverse, though. This is a bit of a secrecy. So neither twin is communicated in the absolute deepest levels of this love. I'm going to pull some clarity on this, but it's like I'm just feeling like both twins love each other more than this connection can express right now, because there's a bit of a divinely guided exploration for each. What is the masculine? Queen of Swords. Wow. So yesterday's reading, there was a masculine warning about a Queen of Swords, and for pile 2, you likely really resonated with the warning for the masculine that there was a karmic situation or partner that had an ulterior motive for the masculine. So there is that energy in this particular group 2 masculine thing. With divine masculine in the reverse, if you're watching this, again, divine masculine, if you chose pile 2, there is a feminine energy around that is not transparent and is actually a real big quicksand kind of an energy. It may seem like a false twin flame, I'm even hearing. It may seem like a really good thing that you're experiencing. I don't actually know why you'd be watching this reading if you are so distracted by this energy right now, but there's a trickster feminine around you that is not your divine counterpart, that's masquerading as your divine counterpart. You're interpreting this energy as better than it is, and it's gonna bite you. It's gonna sting. So keep your wits about you, masculine. That's a really intense thing to see. we're going to pull some support for the feminine in this connection to see how to handle that, because there is a temptation. It doesn't actually even have to be another feminine. I mean, take gender how it resonates, but this can be a mother, it can be a sister, it can be a lover, it can be a thought pattern, it can be something that is tempting the masculine, because we're getting very close to union energies in this particular reading, and the masculine has been pulled in a different direction for consideration of energies right now. So really pay attention to that, masculine. You are in uncharted territories, but not all that glitters is gold. And the connection, the Hierophant. So this is spiritual connection, spiritual commitment. In this pile 2, you have a spiritual bond. You are both receiving divine downloads about the connection, about love, about what spiritual love is. This is a higher template. You are in the mystery schools regarding love, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so let's go into that Queen of Swords in the reverse energy, the illusion, the counterfeit divine feminine energy that's matching this pseudo divine masculine energy. This is like trying on the mask of divine masculine energy. Divine masculine, you're the real thing. Don't get all manic and go freaking out and being all extravagant and what is that? Not extraordinary. When people are like, oh my gosh, it's such a not egocentric, eccentric. Sorry. Don't get all eccentric because you want to add some flair, divine masculine. But having said that, you know, we have to swing into feeling this divine masculine is stepping into the role of what they think a divine masculine looks and is like, acts like, but it's actually drawing in a divine feminine counterfeit energy. Wow, so freaking interesting. So masculine, if you're feeling a little bit like, whoa, I don't know if this is how it's supposed to be done, is this what a divine masculine's supposed to be like? Check yourself, because you're hooking a bottom feeder, you're hooking a con artist. This can turn out to be a pretty nasty, quick karmic situation. That's an extreme interpretation of this. At very least, you're going to see that this is a repeat of whatever you just tried to get out of, and that this person that you thought was the answer is actually more entrapping and more manipulative, and just, I'm hearing gold digger, looking for something that is easy, and they are conning you into thinking that they are your ideal. Oh, divine masculine in pile 2, you gotta just really, really have your wits about you. There's a coyote. So what is the advice here? Wow, can you imagine if we got coyote? What is the advice here for you, masculine? Oh my God, coyote! Oh, I love it when this happens. Trust in divine detours. So for the feminine in this pile, Spirit's got this. Your masculine's not going to be lost forever, but divine masculine, did you just see that? Did you just see that? There's a coyote in your mix, and this is one of your greatest teachers, but she is not the energy you think she is. Wow, I'm getting fired up. This might be from my masculine. That's how riled up I'm getting. I wonder if my masculine will watch this pile. How interesting. Okay, for the feminines in this pile, I'm like, when that happens, I called the coyote card and it comes out. Confirmation, fractal confirmation. Feminines in pile 2, what is it you can view your masculine with the energy of in order to keep your bleep bleep together right now? Okay, heart is awake, love, innocence, and reverence. So feminine, just know your masculine is waking up, their heart is coming back on. They are not settling for the status quo anymore. They want to step into extraordinary living. They want to have the the grand love story. They want to live their best life, and it's going to be a little bit bumpy because they want it really bad right now. They want to get there really fast. They want it all to be there. They want to fill out those shoes instantly because there's repressed energy. There's a lot of pent-up energy for this masculine, but their heart is exploding awake, and it's a bit messy right now. And so just trust that, enthusiasm, learning, generosity, and fortune. Just trust that your masculine's exuberance right now is really them coming into rapid alignment with what is meant for them, and the reality check by really a crash course in what isn't meant for them, even if it looks like it's the next thing. There is a transition happening for these masculines. So be generous of your compassion for your masculine right now, because their enthusiasm is creating a steep learning curve, and it's going to bring the abundance that you're seeking in this connection. But you do have to really let go and let God in this scenario right now. Feminine. Wow. Okay, for the masculine in this reading, I hope some of the masculines in pile 2 are watching this, and I would love your feedback because this is pretty real. What is the message for the masculine about the energy the feminine is in pile 2, with this self-love and kind of turning her back to the connection right now and focusing on just maintaining her cool, her composure, and knowing and trusting that in the divine detour, trusting that it's all working out, that this is the quickest way to it. Not everything is disclosed in this connection, and so keeping strategies to each twin self is really paramount right now. It is a solo pursuit at this time, but there is a secret spooky action at a distance, entanglement, and both twins absolutely always have the other on the mind here, and cross-triangulating that with divine awareness I'm feeling. So masculines, your feminine is in the Knight of Cups, the self-love motion. What is this? How does this relate? Make your dreams real. So the spider web is the interconnectedness of all things. So you are really learning something right now, masculine, about the counterfeit divine feminine energies. The really exuberant, attractive, out there feminine that looks like they are the shiny new thing. Really pay attention to the underlying connectedness of what that could be teaching you about the authentic divine feminine, this dreamweaver, the one that is patient and balanced and waits for things to be magnetized towards, has this not a net in a negative, scary way, even though you might be freaked out about your divine feminine and think she's a black widow, think that she's, wow, the plague, cursed, I'm hearing, dangerous, poisonous. You might be thinking that she's entrapping, but what I'm seeing here is that spider webs are so delicate, and they magnetize that which is meant for them. Spiders wait for what is meant for them to come, and that's the aspect. You might be feeling like your feminine is not passionate enough, not exuberant enough, not flashy enough at this time, but she is wiser than that, and she knows how connected everything is, and she's trusting and loving herself through this. So let's see, masculine, what energy the divine would like you to hold your feminine in instead of fearing. What is it the masculines in group 2 can see regarding the spider spirit for the feminine? Journey, exchange, transference, chamber of teleportation. So just understand your feminine knows a thing or two about this journey, and you need to start looking at her wisdom in a different light and looking at the more eternal, patient, cyclical ebb and flow that she's able to hold the continuity of, rather than these breakneck speeds with the energy that you're drawn to right now. There is a genuine exchange that you're not going to find in a temporary fireworks display. There is something here that is much more in tune with nature, and you're going to have to embody your divine feminine energy to discern what that is at this time. Because masculine, you were getting this discernment card in the reverse, about being able to bring your dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. You might be misunderstanding your feminine's kindness for lack of passion here. So that's a really amazing thing. And you might be misunderstanding an incredible amount of passion with a covert control tactic in that coyote energy. Holy heck, that was a reading. Okay, pile 3. Let's see what we get here. These are fun. I kind of like this. 35-20 for pile 3. Awesome. So what do we have for pile 3? We have love and success. Oh, success and Merkaba. So success and love. How amazing, beautiful. And Merkaba. So basically, I mean, success is guaranteed. Trust this love. This is love. I'm hearing, just to tell you. I'm getting goosebumps. I love it. Okay. Merkaba. 32 is the card. For some reason I wanted to say that, so that could be a sign for someone. The frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our access to our Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. There's a real love washing over me feeling here. It is I do feel for pile 3 that you're likely in some sort of a separation, a distance, some sort of a pining, or not melancholy, but there is an opportunity here to really allow this love to deepen your awareness of all that is. It's kind of that mind-blowing inspiration that you've found somebody that exists that is so magnificent as to very much garner these feelings of authentic love, the desire for success in love for the first real time in your life. It's lighting up your light body, but it's also bringing you into the multi-dimensionality of existence. And I'm hearing believing that there is a God because a love like this, like recommitting to a profound new level of faith, of activation, because your twin exists, because this person is an example outside of yourself where you really truly see and feel the potential of spirit in human form, of this light body activation, of true promise and spirituality and the highest of potential. You see that in this connection. So for these twins, there is a real longing, but a real camaraderie in the spiritual sense, that you are here for a mission, that you are profoundly beautiful people who are here to make a difference on the planet. Beautiful. This is a real missions-based couple, twins, but love is the answer here. It's like all things will be answered in the name of this love. There's a caution in this energy I'm feeling for giving the twin too much credit, because it really is the divine that's perfectly matched the twins to be given the credit to. But this is really, it's remembering how good God is, that your twin exists, that you are seeing the fairy tale unfolding in front of you in ways that promise success, that you know that because this whole thing has crossed your path, it's evident, it's validating, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy in the best way. Like, you are a spiritual seeker and you've refined yourself and you've become someone in the atmosphere of a twin flame love, and you are just having it wash through you, that this exists, that you are of it, that God is good. Like, this is a reality that is coming in for you, that you had no real idea that this life could have an experience this way. So enjoy that, because that is what this journey is about. That is profoundly what you're meant to see. Okay, so for this couple, what is it that we can see about how they're showing up in connection? Ten of Swords for the feminine in reverse. So this is the end of that existential crisis. You have found the secret of letting go of attachment, and you've come into the idea of what unconditional love feels like. So you've given it to God. You've found the truth. You're on the edge of understanding that you don't have to strive for love. You don't have to prove your worthiness, that you are already a perfected light being. And just to be exposed to this whole idea of twin flames is the prerequisite that allows you to put your mind at ease and just say, I surrender. I wouldn't have found a love like this if it wasn't meant for me. So if you're not in that belief yet, repeat after me. I surrender, divine creator. I wouldn't have found a love like this unless it were meant for me. Oh, Pile 3, you're falling in love. You are falling in love. Oh, and the truth. This is the higher vantage point. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So you know this. This is your connective energy. You know that this is coming in for you. You know it's just a matter of time. You know that, again, you wouldn't have come across this if it wasn't meant for you, and you're really paying attention to that. That's becoming your reality. That's becoming your truth. And how beautiful. Oh wow, the way the cards are, it's this beautiful infinity loop here. So as above, so below, the swirling energy. As you get a download, you implement it into the physical in your own right. Each of the twins watching this are doing the work, the groundwork, to bring these spiritual understandings into the physical one by one. This is like giving me the Two of Pentacles, making those changes, mindset, application, mindset, practical application. So this is crazy. This is like changing your lives one choice at a time for this pile. Masculines or reunion. Masculines in this pile really feel a sense of homecoming and loyalty and appreciation, a real family home feeling for the feminine here. And the connective energy, here's another infinity symbol with the Magician in the reverse. Anna being told to take the next two. So this is Eight of Wands. This is the energetic connection. And so both of you are tuning into your heart space. Look at the figure eights here. Again, this infinite energy. There's such an eternal energy flowing through this connection in Pile 3. How beautiful. And so Pile 3 twins, you are really learning the frequencies, the energetic layers. What is unity consciousness? What is separation? What you can recalibrate within each of you that makes this connection valid, free from codependency, grounded, loving. You're really both learning these inner workings of what real love is. I'm thinking of a Bible verse, like love is patient, love is kind. It doesn't keep track of wrongs. It forgives. Yeah, find that Bible verse and read it. For Pile 3, you really are being brought into the remembrance of love not needing to be a struggle. Even on this twin journey, love is not a struggle. It's the easiest thing that we encounter is the letting go of just being in surrender that this exists. Okay, for Pile 3, I'm actually just going to pull some messages from the masculine to the feminine here. Oh, sex. I need time for me, and your family won't like me. Okay, really interesting. So as the love is really doing its work on this masculine, there's a lot of 3D outlets. Like, this masculine really is looking for appropriate sexual connection in their life and feeling the connection between heart and body, wanting to align with a real love and authentic love in the physical, and really trying to figure out what turns them on the deepest levels. Your family won't like me, and I need time for me. So there's a lot of healing that still needs to come in, but there could be some sexual manifestation for this masculine, longing, fantasizing, that kind of a thing. But there is a real sense that they are in this for the long haul, and that they trust that there is some time available here, and that time is non-linear, that they can do the inner work, the inner healing, and trust that this connection will come back around, or come back into reunion when the time is right, when they feel balanced, when they feel peaceful. Children might be involved in this connection. There might be that kind of a stage where the masculine is staying in a karmic situation, possibly for children, thinking that they're not quite sure if that's going to be best for the children, or if leaving the situation will be best. So there is a little bit of a need here, masculine, in this pile, to really seek divine signs, synchronicities, understanding what you're getting from divine guidance, following your heart. There is a little bit of a pendulum swinging from one contemplation to the other, and a need to just bring it into balance. I need time for me. So you do need more time to meditate, masculine, to really understand what you want to manifest. With the Magician here, what would make your heart sing, and where are you right now according to where you think you need to go? Your family won't like me. That is projecting. If children are involved, divine feminine in this connection, if you have children, your masculine might be feeling like they will think that they're just in it for sex or lust or some lower vibrational reason. And so just do some clearing there if you need to, feminines. But let's see. Advice for the masculine in this connection. Transformation is beautiful, and life is a mystery. Life is a mystery came out in the reverse. So while life is a mystery, all the answers are there for you, masculine, if you ask the divine. And you are going through a transformation where you're putting down ego and surrendering all of the preconceived notions, all of the limitations, all of the conditions, whatever this theme is with children involved and all of that. You're really coming through the transformation where there are no secrets. You are privy to all of those things. This divine understanding for you in this connection is profound. And you're coming into that, the veil is being lifted. Wow, gorgeous energy, masculine, in this reading. So feminines for this, how can feminines, what energy can the feminines hold regarding the masculine that will support this process of transformation in their masculine at this time? Okay, we get light body activator, luminosity, empowerment, and forward motion. So believe your masculine has got this. Just know when you think of them, just visualize them clearing the misconception, jumping the hurdles, putting in the effort, knowing that they want to, knowing this connection and their own spiritual becoming is inspiring them to question their reality and free themselves from things that aren't meant for them. Just continue to understand there is forward motion, and just see it that way. Know it, feel it, vibe it, and trust that your masculine has to empower themselves to move up through the layers of perception and clearing things in the physical, and that as they do that, they will become more and more empowered and will become more and more in alignment with union when it's time. Okay, so for the feminine in this pile, this existential energy of really killing the mind, killing the ego, letting go. Let's see what the feminine would say to the masculine in this alignment. We are getting, I'm terrified, Words do hurt. And what do you want? What do you want came up in the reverse. So feminines, you really need to understand what it is you're actually looking for and not go into the fear that you are being rejected in some way. Words do hurt, but you're overly triggered and sensitive here. You've just been in rock bottom mental anxiety here, feminine. So there's a lot of energy. I feel for this pile, these feminines, you are coming into the awareness that a spiritual love like this exists, and it is mind-boggling. It is almost too much to handle. It won't be the death of you. It will be your rebirth. Your masculine is actually already experiencing the renewal and the inflow of appropriate energy. And so take heart. Really calm the fears, the terrifying immensity of this, and come into the understanding that yes, words are so powerful. So this could be, I'm getting that runner chaser vibe here. For some, you are understanding how chasing isn't going to make a difference, how that pushes these conditions and barriers and boundaries that are knee-jerk reaction. So words do hurt. Drop in, find out what you really want, what you're actually afraid of. Don't put it on your masculine. This is a real time to come into the inner knowing for you, group 3, so that you handle this situation with mastery. You are coming into learning how to utilize your inner knowing appropriately. This Queen of Cups is the heart chakra. The the 10 of Swords is the imaginings of the mind, the rock bottom, the sketchy energy that really you're off track, you're in attachment, you're in purgatory, you're in hell. It's turned upside down, which condenses to the Ace of Swords, which is the truth of this connection and the connectivity between you. So keep bringing your thoughts back into that truth serum that is the heart knowing. That's good. Okay, what is the energy here for the divine insight into the feminines on this? We got one on the floor, which reclaim your power. Yeah, feminines, take back your power. Bring yourself out of this rock bottom energy. Bring yourself out of the fear. Really elevate out of the fear here, feminine. Don't reach for your masculine and your masculine's approval. Really trust this process. Trust the healing. Reclaim your power. You are in a period of a new cycle beginning here so that you can come back into your energetic wholeness. A rebirth is assured and you see clearly now. Both of these are in the reverse. So you may not quite see this rebirth coming, but it's coming. So this is the process of trusting sight unseen and of really validating your high priestess divine feminine energy that sees things coming, that trusts, that knows, that balances out your energy so that these things can be brought into the physical. With these twin dynamics, it is purely energetic to begin with, and it brings it into the physical reality once you learn these lessons, once you have the faith, once you have connection to source to believe it. Believing is seeing in this journey. In 3D paradigms, seeing is believing. In the twin dynamic, believing is seeing. Okay, many blessings. That was super fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know how the piles go for you. Much love.